This thing is an analog beast. The only 96 input SSL Duality Fuse console in the world. It is so much fun to work on, and it honestly is so fast to mix on. I have a song pulled up here that I have finished the entire mix. The only thing that is left is automation and then bouncing it down. I'm gonna show you how fast and easy it is to fly through a song, getting the automation moves right. Then we are gonna print every single channel down. I'm gonna show you that entire workflow. And the biggest question that I keep getting asked in the comments is all about recall. How do I recall mixes? What if an artist wants changes? Do I have to go through and remember all these different knobs and settings and all that stuff? First thing is, it is not as complicated as you may think. It is very simple, it's really easy to do. I'm gonna show you the entire process today. But first, for all the gearheads, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown of everything that I have patched for this song. First of all, I'm using 4 Bricasties. I'm using the 2290 as a slapback delay. I'm using the Rev 5 as just some extra drum room kind of a sound. The Lexicon 480L as my snare drum and tom verb sound. It just doesn't get better than that, in my opinion. I've got the room mics for the drums. There's actually 4 stereo pairs of room mics that I have bust down to just 2 channels on the console. I have the Pope Audio Bax Andal EQ, the Bax 2020. We have a main lead solo guitar that is the Mag EQ. Can't leave home without that. Our room mics are going to the Chandler Limited Little Devil compressors and also into the Jack Joseph Puig Pultex. Bass guitar, Tube Tech CO1B, of course. I have a separate mix bus set up on the console that all my guitars and keyboards are going to, mix bus C. Those are all being fed to this Manley stereo variable MU compressor. 2 snare mics are going through 1176. All the backgrounds are going through my Neve 33609. Lead vocals going to my oldest 1176 into the LA2A and into the Tube Tech PE1C with some console EQ. We have a main electric guitar that is the API 560 EQs. Snare bottom going to a distressor. Kick in is going to the TG1 limiter, adding a ton of snaps, super good. Snare drums also going to the Neve 1073, bottom snare Neve 1073, and the background vocals are also going to this bottom Neve here. I also have set up a parallel drum bus on mix B on the console. That is going to a Zener limiter and then the Manley massive passive EQ. All right, so we have the full band across about 48 faders, and then we have the extras on the left side of the console for all my effects. Nothing is automated. This is kind of how I start off my mix. I try to get the whole song to sound as good as possible without doing any automation. I like to leave automation for the very end when I'm done with EQing and dynamics and all that stuff. I'm gonna play you the chorus and the bridge of the rough mix, and then I'm gonna show you my mix and where I got to. So here is the rough mix. Sounds pretty good. All right, now we're gonna go to my mix, same thing.
Talk about, give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason to leave. Give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason to leave. To leave, babe. Just give me a reason to leave.
A lot of delays on that one. Now we're gonna go to the beginning of the song. I'm gonna set the console into automation mode, and all automation that we're gonna do is gonna be directly on these faders and recording it to the time code within the console. Automating in this way just makes it really efficient and really fast and fluid. In the moment when you're planning on making this other automation mode, you might think to grab another fader and make some adjustments there, and And it's harder to do that whenever you're inside the box, inside of Pro Tools. I'm gonna do my best to kind of talk you through this. We're gonna move quick. All right, let's do this. All right, I missed that little intro.
The way you're moving, babe. The way you...
I'm just trying to kind of exaggerate those transients whenever they're hitting those ba, ba. Now I'm gonna try and automate that kind of guitar solo guy, kind of have him push through and then kind of get softer, really still trying to emphasize those big hits. All right, sweet. I really like the bass kind of emphasizing that stuff, so I'm gonna do a complete pass after this intro here, just focusing on the bass.
The way you're moving, babe. The way you hold my hand. The sparkle in your smile. I really can't stand it. I love to love you, I love you much. It's such a fever, it's aching in my heart. It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason to leave. I don't remember, I don't recall the first time, first sight. It wasn't long before I stumbled, and now I'm falling down. I love to love you, I love you much. It's such a fever, this feeling in my heart.
All right, got the bass sounding really, really good. I have my mix bus B, that is my parallel drum compression. I kind of want it to get to go away during kind of the verses and sort of the intros, and to come in during the choruses and kind of build as we go throughout the song. So we've got my fader here set to B, and let's automate this.
I don't recall the first time, first sight.
Beautiful. So now I'm starting to kind of hear a bunch of stuff that I want to do. So I'm going to do a pass, just trying to get all the guitars and the keys and everything to be happy. So along with the vocals. So I'm going to go ahead and try and do a pass with everything, just trying to get everything to be in its own space during the transitions, especially from the verses to the choruses. So back to the beginning of the song, let's try it out.
really can't stand it. I love to love you, I love you much. It's such a fever, it's aching in my heart. It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason. It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason to leave. I don't remember, I don't recall the first time, first sight. It wasn't long before I stumbled, and now I'm falling down. I love to love you, I love you much. It's such a fever, this feeling in my heart. It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason to leave.
Oh, I want to make sure I get that bass part.
It's more than I can bear. This feeling in my heart. It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason.
And it's this low vocal.
It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason to leave. It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason to leave. In my heart. It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason to leave. Give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason to leave.
Oh yeah, into the break here.
Gotta move on, gotta get out.
All right, now I'm gonna do this guitar solo.
Gotta move on, gotta get out of your loving arms. I need a... I gotta move on.
All right, get this last verse.
I gotta move on, gotta get out of your loving arms. I need a break, I need some air. Will you help me now? I love to love you, I love you much. A touch of fever is aching in my heart. It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason.
Go back just a little bit.
To leave, babe. Just give me a reason to leave. Give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason to live. Just give me a reason to leave.
We're gonna make the keys come down at this part just a little bit to kind of just have all the room for the vocal during this kind of bridge part.
Just give me a reason to leave.
Maybe we'll have them kind of just get quieter slowly.
Just give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason to leave. Just give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason to leave.
All right, let's get this ending under control with the guitars here.
To leave. To leave.
All right, now we're gonna hit this last chorus here on background vocals.
It's aching in my heart. It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason to leave. Give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason to live. Just give me a reason to leave, babe. To leave, babe. Just give me a reason to leave.
All right, make sure that I might get a little boost on this.
Just give me a reason to leave. Just give me a reason to leave.
All right, everything's sounding pretty good. Typically at this point, I just do one more pass, just listening and just kind of fine tuning and making sure that I have everything in control for the song as a whole. Let's do it, last pass, and then we'll record it all down.
The way you're moving, babe, the way you hold my hand, the sparkle in your smile, I really can't stand it. I love you, I love you much. It's such a fever, it's aching in my heart. It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason to leave. It's aching in my heart. It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason to leave. Just give me a reason to in my heart. It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason to leave. Just give me a reason to leave. I don't remember in my heart. It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason to leave. Just give me a reason to leave. I don't remember, I don't recall the first time, first sight. It wasn't long before I stumbled, and now I'm falling down. I love to love you, I love you much. It's such a fever, this feeling in my heart. It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason to leave. Give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason to leave. Give me a reason to leave, babe. Just give me a reason to leave. To leave. To leave. I gotta move on, gotta get out of your loving arms. I need a break, I need some. I gotta move on, gotta get out of your loving arms. I need a break, I need some air. Will you help me now? I love to love you, I love you much. It's such a fever, it's aching in my heart. It's more than I can bear. Give me a reason to leave, babe.
All right, last thing I'm gonna do is just have the master bus just go to off. Let's turn loop off so that we know that it's gonna work and be great. All right, so now we're just gonna print down the 2-track real quick, and then I'll show you how I save everything so that I can recall it very easily. So I have the mix bus routed to this channel here. We're gonna do new. We're gonna call this print final. All right, sweet, so we're in record mode here. Select that region, and we're just gonna hit record and let it play. So we have our file printed. Now I need to record every single channel that I'm using on this console to make sure that if an artist needs a revision, I can easily change it and send the mix right back. So we're gonna go to the bottom of the session here. We're gonna go to File, Import, Session Data, template here. All right, and then now I'm just gonna click and drag and select all these channels here. Okay, and then we're just gonna make sure that no clips come in, push OK. Okay, so now all these tracks here are routed. I can quickly mute, I can record enable, and they're all ready to go. So we also have our 2290 here and all of our reverbs. On the bottom here, we have SSL mix bus B and C. I can only record one of these at a time. So we're gonna do the B bus, and I'm gonna switch my console to be sending, instead of the A bus, it's gonna send to the B bus. This is all a little bit confusing, but basically it's just switching the routing from my A bus going to that patch. Now it's gonna be a completely separate bus, which is the drum parallel group. The only thing I have left to do is delete unused tracks. So we're gonna get rid of 72 through 49 through 72 here. I try to keep everything except effects on the first 48 channels. Sometimes it spills over, and then all my effects on the left side of the console. Obviously, the more channels in a session can kind of change that. So we're just going to hide and make inactive those guys. All right, now we're gonna record it down. So now we have everything recorded. I kind of ran through and just double checked everything looks good. It looks like we are for sure getting everything. So basically what's happening is the channel strip of the console is going to this fader, and I have it set up to where after that fader, it goes back into Pro Tools on all the same channels. So it's just one for one, super easy to follow. All those automation moves, everything that's being done is literally just being recorded into my Pro Tools session. So now all I have to do is set all my faders within this song to 0 and make an adjustment if the artist wants any changes. There's even times when I have a full mix on the console and I need to keep everything there because I'm kind of in the middle of it and need to make a revision. So I just plug my computer in, I'll make the moves inside of Pro Tools and call it a day. It's super fast, super easy. I don't have to sit here and recall every single piece of gear. It's just nice. It's an easy workflow, and I think a lot of people think it's really complicated, and it's really simple. As long as you have enough I/O, we're in a major studio here, so we have 129 inputs and outputs, which allows us to have 129 channels in and out of Pro Tools. It's amazing. I hope you enjoyed that video. Hopefully it made sense. Hopefully it was easy to understand. Thank you so much for watching. It seriously means the world to me to have all you guys here and commenting, and I honestly didn't think that people would be that interested in watching these videos. So it's a huge compliment. It's really cool to have you here. Next week, we are going to be taking a Shadow Hills mastering compressor and comparing it to the Plugin Alliance Shadow Hills mastering compressor. I'm really excited about that one. Peace, friend.